Everybody, welcome to the Okie Woodsman channel. Look what I've got. You know, since I have such a great record of repairing my things successfully, I figured I'd go ahead and give my most valuable saw a shot as well. Let's get started. But before we do, I want to go ahead and give a couple shout outs here. First and foremost, let's talk about these beautiful things right here. Look at that. Look at those beautiful bars. This was my Oregon VersaCut bar, and this was my 28-inch Husqvarna bar. Did Indiana Doug not do a fantastic job or what? These are going to be so helpful to me. I had been wanting to paint some bars up so that way my logo could be on any short footage or anything, and I thought it'd be absolutely fantastic if my logo could be here. If you have any need for something like this because you want to, because it's neat, or because you have a business or maybe another channel, I would recommend visiting Indiana Doug, reaching out to him, and seeing what he can do. This is etched. It is not painted. I think that's, I'm so stoked. Thank you, Doug. The second shout out is going to go to someone very familiar to viewers of this channel, especially when it comes down to this Echo saw. That saw was ported by a mechanic down in Texas, southern Texas. His channel's called Super Dave Outdoors. Many of you may have already seen this, but when I bought this 460, it runs great, but the piston has some vertical scratches in it. And when I took off the muffler, I found that. I don't want to risk damaging it further. Like I said, it runs well, but I want to go ahead and tear it down and see what we've got going on inside. I reached out to Super Dave via text message last night late, and I asked him some questions about aluminum transfer and so forth. And he put out a video already this morning about salvaging a cylinder. How cool is that? So anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start tearing this down. I didn't cheap out on a piston, okay? I almost feel like in this circumstance, if I find that the cylinder is in rough shape, this is a waste of money. I probably should have put just a Chinese, an inexpensive $20 piston in there. But I did find this on Amazon, believe it or not. It was around $38. I had been looking, I didn't want to put a Husqvarna one or a Little Red Barn one in there if I didn't have to. This is what it's showing right there. So we'll go ahead and get started and see what we've got. I'm not anticipating necessarily getting this completely done. I just want to explore and see what we've got happening here. These are different. We got short ones in the bottom, long ones on the side. I feel like this is leaking. I think I want to put a plug in it. Aftermarket muffler. I really like the design of this saw. I have not watched any videos on this or anything. I like how simply this thing appears to be put together. Oh gosh, dang it. I always forget about the fuel part. There's probably some like major, obviously, some obvious things that you could do, like maybe empty it with fuel. I'm sure some of you will let me know. I wouldn't mind hearing what I should have done differently, that's for sure. Man, I really, really like the design of this. That's very, very simple. All right, here. Okay, if I take that out. Now these, I know these parts are Extremely important to not bend and disform. I'm gonna put that in the carburetor bag as well. Yep, put that in the carburetor bag. At this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen up my cylinder bolts here. See how tight those are. All right, very good. What I'm after really is exploring and seeing what's actually happening in here. Boy, it's nice to not work on a clamshell saw. Actually, to be honest with you, the only other cylinder I've ever taken off besides that 390 was my 372 Holz Forma. Do not want to rip the intake boot. There we are right there. There's my cylinder. I think that feels kind of sloppy. All right, I know what everyone's dying for is what does the cylinder look like. Okay, so I can tell you that there is some vertical marks here on the exhaust side of this, and I can feel it a little bit with my finger. I can indeed feel it a little bit with my finger here. Okay, I'm going to look in the rest of the cylinder here. I'm not seeing anything like super bad on the rest of the cylinder. I definitely do feel some, I think, transfer on this front edge here. The rest of the cylinder looks pretty good. There's a slight bit of marring right there. He did mention something about if the piston slides into the bore easily. Let's just see what happens here. Probably should put a little bit of lube on that here. Put it in the right orientation. Does it slide down in there? Feels pretty good. It really does. It doesn't feel like it's hanging up much. I'm going to try a little bit of 800 in there. Got this Norton sandpaper here, 800 grit. All right, I'm going to take the 800. 800. I've already almost got absolutely nothing. I almost feel nothing already. I'm going to just take this around and swirl it around the whole cylinder here. With my finger, I can feel ever so slightly something. With my fingernail, I can feel some marks that way. I'm going to go ahead and just keep working at it. I think I'm going to be in good shape, everybody. Now the question is are my bearings in good shape? I've had this sandpaper for years, since I was probably 16 years old. I bought it because I used to be an aspiring airbrush artist and do like, I wanted to do automotive paint. And so I was stocking up on stuff. Oh yeah, that's feeling great. I really need to do. I really don't like the sauce so dirty. I really want to do a take that delete on this thing. Just kind of down here. Guys, this is feeling fantastic. I can't feel it now. I seriously cannot feel it now. Nice. Let's see what happens now. Nice. It's going really nice now. All right, when I cut away here, I went ahead and used some super clean, and then I rinsed it out at the hose, and then I went ahead and sprayed it down with brake parts cleaner to kind of evacuate the moisture out of it. The most seasoned mechanic probably could tell blindfolded, but I think it's feeling pretty darn good. One of the things that I struggle with here is I've got this dirt around the case there. I mean, obviously the best thing to do would be to have this thing be 100% cleaned out. I don't know. Okay, I think I feel pretty good about that. Okay, this is where I'm at right now. I wanted to originally do a base gasket delete, but I also just want this to be done. And if I do a base gasket delete, what I've got to do is I've got to put it together without a base gasket in it and measure the squish from what I can recall. Now what I want to do is I want to carefully wipe around this so as to keep any of the chunks from falling inside this case here. I think I've got the right solder. I think I have everything I need, but the experience, right? Here it is, I'm underneath it. Here it is. Uh-oh. I think it went into the case. Uh-oh. That's not good. Gotta find it. If I don't find it, that's not good. Alright, I'm gonna try to pop this out here. Get the piston out here. Uh-oh. That's bluing right there on that. What does that look like, everybody? I've got to find that circlip. Let's take a look at where that bluing is located at on here. So it's right on the edges there. There's the piston. I don't even know if that piston's really all that bad. I mean, I know someone would use it. I know for a fact. Okay, now circlip, where are you? Circlip, how about me too? Okay. Oh man. Oh, there it is. The circlip is right here. That's what I wanted to see, I wanted to see it out. Not assume it's not in the bottom end there. Just blasted that out with brake cleaner. These pistons come with these Caber rings and a new connecting pin. I don't remember what they're called. Sorry, everybody. You got these little location pins right in here. See that? I hate pushing past the other ring. Not like I have a ton of experience, but okay. So you can just kind of work it past the other ring. That's not too bad, actually. There we go. Now these are going to be a punk, I think. Okay. Trying to do this on camera is even harder. As if me being able to stick my face closer is going to help more, right? Okay, oh crud, there it is right there. It went right in. Okay. Say, oops. I had another partial like that and ended up spilling the whole thing. Gosh dang, man. Arrow to the exhaust side. There it is right there. Do not want to put this all on and then have it be backwards. That would stink. Okay, got my bearing in there for sure. Okay, got my, there it is. My arrow's pointing to my exhaust side, so that's good. So is that dimple for putting it in or taking it out? I'm guessing it's for taking it out more than putting it in. And of course my hands are slippery. Like everybody else's that's doing this. Oh, I think I got it seated on accident. There it is, okay. Big thing is, of course, making sure that that is not gonna go anywhere. Positioning the pins or the rings is probably the most difficult part about this. There is a ring compressor in that. Might use it on this circumstance. Should probably turn it so I can hold it with my left hand. There we go. Trying it without the base gasket to try to get a measurement here. That's all I'm doing this for. I'm back. I had to make a call with my wife there, and I also had to find my solder. Now this is some super, I'm going to zero out my calipers here. This stuff is pretty thin. Okay, that's where our measurement's at. Alright, so let's see what happens here. I've got a perfectly flat piece of solder here. Of course, it's better to do a larger one, but this is what I've got on hand. I hope that this will be sufficient. Okay, let me go ahead and... Okay. So I've got a flat spot right there. Let's go ahead and give it a measurement. That's where I'm at on the solder here. Let's go 13. I wonder if... Did it one more time here. Let's see what this one measures out at. Again, we're right around... somewhere around there. If I put sealant in there, will it be at that 20 thou mark? That's my question. Guys, I'm gonna have to go ahead and end this here because I need to get ready for my regular job. I feel like I made good progress. My cylinder seems to be in good shape. My piston seems to be installed in there correctly. Definitely I'm gonna go ahead and put a plug in there. I'm not gonna run the decomp. That sucker sure looks like it was letting some stuff by there. Nasty. So, guys, thanks for watching the Okie Woodsman channel. I'm gonna try to get this one up today because I want to have feedback as soon as possible on this because I really do want to try to run this thing. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.